Welcome to a brand new episode of Girl, Geek, and Gay, the show with more patient zeros than the entire George A. Romero catalog. I am Jose.
I'm alive though.
And with me is the alive Jaime.
Yes.
As far as we know.
Yes. And no Stephanie today. It's her birthday.
Yeah, it's her birthday. So
happy birthday to Stephanie.
Happy birthday to the beautiful Stephanie.
Yes, we miss you today.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
How I've been.
Sorry, I had you just screwed up my thing.
Sorry. What was your thing?
No, you just threw me off.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Wait, where the hell was I? Okay. Yeah, how are you?
I'm well. I'm okay, I would say. I've been sick quite a bit.
Uh-huh.
I'm tired of hanging out with people. Or what I mean by that is like coworkers. Not really even coworkers. Coworkers of coworkers, I should say. Because no matter where you go, like it's like inevitable right now. Like I'm getting sick really easily.
I mean, inevitable though.
Well,
really?
Well, I mean, I could just stay home, but I gotta work. Unfortunately, and I'm also getting tired of staying at home so much. So this weather in California has not been the most fun. It's been really cold lately. Very rainy. The rain I don't mind typically, but
yeah, a whole 56 degrees.
But it's cold. I mean, it's cold for Californians. You know that. It's very cold for us. You're fine with it. Yeah. I'm over it at this point. And normally I'm okay with rainy days and rainy weather, but I'm over it at this point. And I think it also goes hand in hand with kind of like being sick, because you're colder, you're more likely to get cold, you're more likely to get sick and stuff like that. So it just hasn't been fun. And I'm better right now than I was last week, thankfully. So even though you don't believe me.
Last week, I thought for sure I was going to wake up sick on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Why?
I worked Friday, Saturday in the rain, and the defroster on my window doesn't work. So I had to work with my windows down.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah. Did we?
Well, you talked about how you
I
had
talked
to work
about how
with
my
your
window
windows.
didn't work.
Oh, it didn't work.
Now my window works.
Fuck.
But the defrosters don't.
Oh.
So I had to roll down the window.
Those are the vents that are in
Yes.
the front. Okay, got it.
So I had to roll down the window so my windshield doesn't fog up. And then both Friday and Saturday, very early on, I stepped in a puddle that was as deep as my shin.
Oh, no.
So I worked the entire day with wet shoes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not pleasant.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Friday and Saturday. So
Yeah.
I was just like, for sure, I'm going to wake up sick tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
You've been very fortunate to not get sick again. But also maybe it has to do with the fact that you're not around a lot of people either.
I know, that's great.
That is great.
People suck.
And they pass illnesses to you too. Yeah. Just by being in the general area.
It's a cesspool, man.
I mean, it's just a combination of everything right now still. So, but again, at least you're okay. At least you didn't get sick.
I know, it's great.
Why don't you carry extra shoes with you now?
Because I live in California.
What does that mean?
It's never been an issue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it hasn't been this rainy in a while.
Yeah, which is the same reason I don't own an umbrella.
Yeah. The only reason I have an umbrella is because work gave me an umbrella. That's the only reason. It actually says my company name on there too.
Oh.
Yeah. But this was like a year or two ago that they gave us umbrellas. It was like for April.
April showers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to Six Flags a couple weeks ago.
Why?
I love Six Flags.
Oh, cool.
All right, so I remember hearing this thing that said, after you're 30, you probably shouldn't get on roller coasters.
Because your heart?
I don't remember why exactly.
Okay.
But I felt it.
Oh.
After that first one, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. I'm
so
glad I have nothing in me.
Wow.
Yeah, like it definitely hit different than it used to. Didn't stop me.
Do you get on all the rides? Or what was your favorite ride, I guess, that you got on? Or what were you looking forward to when you went?
I was looking forward to X2.
Okay.
We didn't have time.
Oh. Because it was busy? Like it was busy?
Yeah, it was busy. It was like an hour and a half wait.
Oh.
And I can't remember the ride I liked. Venom, I think?
Oh, okay.
Or Snake something. For some reason I'm thinking like Snake Venom in my brain.
Snake Venom?
But I'm just because Viper. It was Viper.
I was gonna say Viper. I was gonna say Viper too, but
Snake was Viper.
Oh, cool.
But
Viper's a classic one though. It's been there for a while, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was fun. I had a good time.
That's cool.
Also watched a lot of movies. I've had plenty of movie time. I watched The Menu. Have you seen The Menu?
No.
It's on HBO, and I didn't want to watch it because I thought it was gonna be like a cooking thing,
Okay.
like a cooking show type thing.
Yeah.
It's not what it is.
Okay.
I just heard a lot of good things about it, but it's a bunch of rich people. They go to this very exclusive dining experience, which is held on an island, right?
Yeah.
And then shit just goes weird at some point.
Let me guess, they eat people.
No.
Are they white and they're eating people?
Well, they are white, but they're not eating people. A lot of white people. And John Leguizamo.
Okay. Random.
Yeah. But still,
Yeah.
very, very entertaining movie. I saw it billed as a dark comedy.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's what it is.
I feel like I'm going on this tangent. No, I don't think it's what I'm thinking about. Because this was like the movie I started thinking about right now was it was like a hunting thing. Like they would go hunt people.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it in relation? Is that
No?
Okay, so never mind. It's not the one I thought. I've never heard of it then.
No, it's a very. I highly enjoyed it.
Cool.
It's Anya Taylor-Joy. Is it Ray Fiennes? The guy that played Voldemort. Okay, the guy that played Voldemort.
The guy that played Voldemort.
And John Leguizamo was in it. I don't know why.
Was he cool? Was it good? You say you liked it, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
That's cool.
And then, so I realized I also have this huge blind spot when it comes to my nerdom, right?
Okay.
Which is the Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Like you don't know anything about the Lord of the Rings?
I know about the Lord of the Rings, and I feel like I know a lot of the lore.
Okay.
But not because I've seen it, but just because of its place in the zeitgeist. You know.
Okay.
I
What you call me?
like it's a lot more pop culture. Like I know stuff from it.
Okay.
And I feel like I've had enough information to where I was like, I think I've seen the movies.
Oh.
But I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
I know I hadn't seen the prequel trilogy, the Hobbit series.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch all of these movies.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They're long?
So An Unexpected Journey, the first Hobbit, right?
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, the
Why
Hobbit.
did my
An
brain just
Unexpected
go
Journey.
blank on that? And it's funny because I've seen even like the extended cuts of these movies too.
I watched everything I watched was the extended cut. So 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Really? Because I thought there was a 4-hour one.
Wait, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, I just talked about the extended cut. You said I saw that. And you said 2 hours and 49 minutes.
That's it. An Unexpected Journey.
Okay.
Was 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Originally, when it was released.
Well, that was what was available. Because all of the Lord of the Rings ones have the extended cut. But this is the Hobbit.
Oh, the Hobbit.
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
Are you with me?
I was thinking Lord of the Rings. Okay, got you.
All right. The Desolation of Smaug. 2 hours and 41 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The Battle of the Five Armies, which was so boring. 2 hours and 24 minutes. That's a short one.
Yeah.
And then we get to the Fellowship of the Rings, which is 3 hours and 48 minutes.
Yeah.
3 hours and 48 minutes.
Yeah. It's worth it.
The Two Towers that I remember nothing about.
Yeah. At this point right now?
I finished the movie and was like, I don't know what happened in that. 3 hours and 55 minutes.
Yes.
No idea what happened in that movie. None. Like whatsoever.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
Return of the King, 4 hours and 23 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
It took me like 4 days to watch Return of the King.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see why.
And then I went back to try to watch Rings of Power again because I was like, okay, I watched all of these now.
Oh, that's a series.
The Amazon series.
Yeah.
And again, like I think I got 30 minutes in and I was like, I don't get it.
Well, I won't go there. I haven't even tried to watch it, to be honest. But the Lord of the Rings, I remember really enjoying.
I love the lore.
Them. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, you know I'm not a fan of like making up your own language. Like yeah, I can see Frodo's annoying. He's such a brat.
Oh my god, I just wanted them to push him into the fire.
And it's so weird because he's such a cowardly like character that he's the one that was chosen.
So whiny.
Yeah, it's so whiny. But what I was gonna say was like I don't like that. Like a whole nother language has to be created. It bothers me.
Why?
I don't know because it's not like it's like a real language. Like like you create a language. No, it's. I mean, what am I racist against elves?
Languages, yes.
What the fuck?
And their language, their heritage.
That's dumb. It's just. It's like, why not use a language that already exists? Maybe
because
right?
then that's racist.
Okay, and then number two,
they're gonna be like, not all Slovenians are elves.
And then number two, I mean, but there's still undertones of racism anyway. Like you said, the elves in general, and the orcs, exactly. The opposition of those two characters. One is dark, one is white. You know, like the. Yeah. So anyway, if you're gonna be racist, you might as well just. No, I'm just joking. No, but it just bothers me because. It bothers me
you have to learn a new
because
language.
You have to learn a new language. You have to sit there and read some shit. Like, and I don't feel like reading. I'm watching a movie. What the
You're
fuck?
like, I would have gotten the books.
Yeah, exactly. Why I could have got a 16-hour like extended cut.
And that was another thing.
Yeah,
so much narration.
Yeah,
like why does it start with 20 minutes of narration?
Yeah.
You're giving me a 6-hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
You could show me what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I don't need their narration. I'm not a fan of narration, as you can tell.
I get you. I well, and it makes sense sometimes. But I don't think all the time. You know, it's necessary. I personally really enjoyed those movies. It's been probably like a good 10 years at this point since I've seen it. Yeah, because since before I met Adolfo, and like, you know, I probably want to rewatch them. I've been wanting to watch something magical again, or. What is like in that type of but I'm not really interested. I don't know. I want to see something that I have enjoyed in the past, so I might try to catch up on it.
Yeah,
watch those again.
Long movies.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh my god, just
yeah.
It became a chore at some point.
Well, yeah, and if it becomes a chore, then ultimately you just jump off of it. That's the good part.
Like,
you know?
But the Two Towers, I can't tell you anything that happened in that movie.
It's been too long for me to even try to recall what happened in the movie.
Nothing.
What was it? No. Yeah, that's the one where Gandalf fights the other wizard in one of the towers, doesn't
Probably,
he?
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, for Gandalf being such a powerful wizard, he barely uses any magic.
Yeah.
The whole movies, the whole trilogy. He uses his staff as a flashlight.
A flashlight.
And then again, he shines a light at the dragon that scares it off.
Yeah.
And then him and Saruman have this force push battle where they just push each other with the force.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Like, there's no magic.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, he's a wizard.
Yeah. You know, and maybe the reason they did it that way is because it wasn't really like the story of him, although he was very featured in the movies.
Well, yeah, because he still uses swords.
Yeah, because you would want to, like, for example, if you think about like in the first one where he gets taken out by that giant monster thing, right? Or the
Balrog.
Yeah, so he takes it out, but it takes him out along the way. You don't get to see anything afterwards that happens from there, right? Like, you just later on he comes back, he's alive, and everything's good. It would have been cool to kind of see that battle, but it also wasn't really in relation to the story per se, because we're following Frodo. We're not following Gandalf necessarily.
And even then, Frodo. Oh God, I hated Frodo. If it wasn't for Samwise.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The most reasonable one.
Yes.
Yeah. He's called him out on it. He's like, you're being a bitch.
Like, he should have.
Yeah.
He's just like, come on, Mr. Frodo. Yeah. No, push him. Just push him. No
one
will miss him.
Take the ring. But then I bet you Samwise would have fallen to the ring in the end or something like that. If, you know, I feel like that was kind of implied too, that like Frodo was the only one that would be okay. Wait, wasn't Samwise the one that stopped them from going evil?
Well, yeah. No, they said a hobbit is the only one that can kind of not fall to yeah, because that's why what's his name had it for so long. Bilbo.
Smeagol? Oh. Wasn't Smeagol Smeagol? Yeah, Smeagol.
I don't think Smeagol was a hobbit.
He wasn't a hobbit? I thought he was a hobbit.
I thought so too. But from what I gathered this time around watching it, he wasn't.
But they showed a story of him, right? Where he killed his brother, cousin, whatever it was. Wasn't he a hobbit?
That's what I thought, but no, because when Gandalf is like, when Frodo goes, we're being followed, and he goes like, oh, Smeagol is following us, and I might have tuned it out.
Yeah. But
I don't think he was.
That's not how I thought his name was spelled either. Either. I was reading the name Smeagol. Gollum. 3 hobbit types. Was at first a store, one of 3 hobbit types. So he's 3 early hobbit types.
So he's like
a variation of them. Like a
ancestor type.
Yeah.
Something that evolved into a hobbit?
Yes. That sounds like the best way to describe it. Yeah, it says originally named Smeagol, was at first a store, one of 3 hobbit types. And then became Gollum.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to learn more about stores,
not really.
Were one of the 3 breeds of hobbits who mostly inhabited swampy areas. Oh. Yeah. Okay. They were hobbit types. That's cool. I didn't know this. I want to know more.
But I do have the Shadow of Mordor game, and I've been wanting to play.
Mordor?
Yes. I played a little bit of it, and I highly enjoyed it.
Cool.
It's really cool. Have you played it? Have you heard anything about it?
I feel like I've heard about it. I can't remember how long ago it came out already.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's a huge open world game, and you get to play in that world. Oh. But they do have something called the Nemesis system. Mm-hmm. So if, like, for instance, if you fight an orc and you let it live, that orc will remember you, and you can meet it like later on, and they might have gotten promoted and stronger, and like now they have their own army, and they will come after you because they remember the last time you quote unquote humiliated them.
But like you didn't kill him, so wouldn't he want to be your friend?
No. That's not how it works.
Damn it.
That's not how it worked in the 5 armies.
Damn it.
With that orc that they just cut its arm off.
So then what's the point? Just kill them.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Oh.
Because and I don't know why. I enjoyed the game.
Yeah. Oh, you just didn't continue
playing it?
Yeah,
I just didn't continue playing it. But I should. Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah. It reminds me, I really like those games, that type of game that, like, that does stuff like that, but also, like, there's this game I really enjoyed, and Fable. Did you ever play Fable?
I did.
I love Fable so much. Like, Fable 2 is probably one of my all-time favorite games in my head. Like, no joke. Like, I would play that game a lot. Fable 3 kind of fell apart for me a little bit because I like the idea of the good versus evil type of thing, but I also like that you could be right in the middle of, like, being good and evil. Like, literally, you can have horns and a halo, like, in the game because, again, signifying good and evil. And then, like, molding depending on which, like, type you chose. I don't remember the types at this point right now. But it was such a good game. And I like that what you did kind of impacted different things in a sense. Like how the community, called you a hero or they called you a villain, like, based on how you were interacting with them. Mm-hmm. That's such a cool mechanic in games. And I feel like not a lot of games do that much anymore. Not like a lot of... Because you even like Infamous, did you play Infamous? Not. Oh my god, I loved Infamous 1 and 2. Was it 1 and 2? Infamous was such a good game, especially the second one because you had the good versus evil, but it was so clearly good versus evil in the end that's where it's kind of like either you were good or you were evil, and there was no in between. There was no gray in the game, even though there could be a lot of gray in the game. But I love those games. Infamous was such a good game. The first ones, I didn't like the new generation Infamous. Well, I didn't play it either though, but yeah.
Okay.
You talked about roller coasters a little bit earlier, and I just wanted to say one thing about like roller coasters. Like, I realized a few years ago when we used to go to Knott's Berry Farm that like I'm not meant for roller coasters. Like, there what was the that last ride that Silver Bullet. At the end of Silver Bullet, I felt like my body just like stopped for a minute, and every time we would ride it, I would always feel the same, and I'm like, yeah, this is not a thing for me. So I don't get why people like things like that so much. It gives me so much anxiety, especially in that like the last like really fast loop in Silver Bullet. Makes me feel sick too.
Never been to Knott's.
No.
Knott's
is it's not bad. It's not bad. I would say
that's a
I'm saying
great, that's a glowing endorsement
because of the season passes. Like, the season passes were so inexpensive. It had some pretty decent rides, like decent, right? Like, if you wanted just a quick thrill, go, right? And it was also because of the lower cost, right? You didn't have to go wait in lines. We would go walking at Knott's because when we had a pass at a certain point, we just go walking and just check out the park and get on a few things and then be done for the night. It was worth it, I felt like. But I mean, it was okay. But I'm not really a theme park type of guy. Like, I've been to Six Flags once in my life, and I'd never want to go back.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, Ghost Rider at Knott's. That one's horrifying too. Like, why do people like this shit? Like, I literally thought I was gonna die a few times on that ride, and so rickety and like, oh, terrible.
We could see it like shaking.
You can see it swaying. Yeah, when the cart comes, freaks me out.
But did you die?
But I could have.
But did you get hurt?
Didn't somebody die on that ride or something? No, well,
yeah, the Ghost Rider.
Exactly. But it's like it's a wooden coaster, and then also the carts just feel very like antique-ish, you know. So you feel it, like you're swaying and you're hitting your shoulders on the edges, and I'm just like, nah, it's not my thing. I don't like it. I don't get it. People are crazy.
All right. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
So Romania is ushering in the new apocalypse.
Oh, yay.
James Bond is facing his biggest threat yet.
Uh-huh.
Nintendo confirms what it's not doing this year. Childhood heroes are being replaced. We're finally getting a sequel to this Will Smith movie.
Oh.
Netflix picks up this DC property. Warner Brothers might be in for a huge lawsuit. Gunn announces what's going on with a certain DC show. Lanterns gets a brief synopsis, and people are really upset.
Uh-oh.
The French are mad at Marvel.
Oh, great.
Blade has had a synopsis released too. And
yes, Pokemon. Lots of Pokemon news
lots
too.
Of Pokemon.
You're
we got so much Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, one Pokemon, and then just Pokemon news. So calm down.
No. I heard some guys say we had lots of Pokemon.
I said lots of Pokemon news. If you would have let me finish what I was saying. I love Pokemon.
Damn it, that would have worked better.
Ready?
I'm probably gonna butcher this name.
Okay.
But Romanian Prime Minister Nicolae Ciucă.
Sure. Not the person.
He has appointed a new assistant, an honorary advisor to the Romanian government.
Okay.
Ion is an AI meant to represent the public.
Meant to represent the public?
Yes.
Oh.
So Ion is programmed to analyze what Romanian citizens are talking about online and interpret its findings and generate policy ideas that reflect wishes and needs of the public. The specific method in which Ion collects and interprets this data is being kept a secret.
Oh. Okay.
So they don't.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Like, we're getting these quote unquote elected officials at this point
to depend on
AI.
Weird. It's weird. But also, why do dislike buttons not exist? It's a random tangent, but I feel like this relates because of the sense of like, you know, on social media, most of the things that like either you like it or you just that's it, right? You don't have another option, right? So I feel like if there was a dislike button, because for example, YouTube has a dislike button, right? It has a thumbs down, a thumbs up, right? But it doesn't show you the numbers.
Yes.
And that bothers me so much. Because
that was because YouTube got so many dislikes on one of those YouTube rewinds.
So they don't want to get called out on their own shit, right? It's a problem because I feel like if more people knew that they weren't liked.
Their idea is it hurts people's feelings.
I don't give a fuck. Some people,
but you're woke.
Even me. If I'm saying something wrong or if I'm doing something that's maybe not correct, right? I want to be told. No,
that's bullying, Jaime.
I want to be told.
You're allowed to be in your safe space and do all the stupid shit you want.
But see, this is the problem, though, right? Certain people need to be checked on they're wrong, you know? Like
you heard it here first. Jaime saying, "Bring back bullying."
Not bullying, just a like and a dislike button. And I posted this on social media a long time ago. Why the fuck doesn't you have a like button, and Facebook has love, has fucking care. No, maybe that's not it. Or, I don't know. There's all this bullshit. Nothing and an angry face. Does the angry face mean that you're
Does it have a middle finger?
There's no. See, it can literally be to me like and dislike. That's all we fucking need, right? Because again, it would to me it would show some people that they're wrong about things. if somebody feels I'm wrong, but the majority says I'm right, then okay, there's some general agreement with what I'm saying. But if you clearly have this dislike, right? Like somebody dislikes your post and lets you and acknowledges that they dislike your post, I feel like that helps people acknowledge that they're not right all the time. You know, I can admit and say that. Like I'm not wrong. I'm not right 100% of the time, right? I understand that. I like people letting me know if I made an error. Cool, let me correct it. Something based in facts, though, of course, right?
Of course.
And most people don't get told that they're wrong, you know, and that's what's wrong with what's going on. You don't have to be an asshole. Just let people know that they're wrong about stuff. Dislike it. Anyway, but the reason I went on the tangent was because of this AI situation. How do you, and then we can't even confirm what they're saying, you know, like there's no valid proof of anything that's going to show. I'm going to slow down.
I'm going I don't have much of a show set up, so this works.
Just keep going.
Yeah, just keep tangenting.
Well, it's in relation. That's why it's a related tangent. Tangenting.
Keep tangenting.
Okay, but that was my rant about dislike. But it's
so bring back bullying.
No bullying, just acknowledging the fact that people are wrong sometimes.
No bullying. 2024 is what I heard.
Fuck it.
So, speaking of woke culture,
okay.
The Telegraph reports that several James Bond novels will have rewrites to remove racial terms and several other instances of offensive language or content.
Cool.
Because we fix every other problem in America.
I get what you're saying in relation to that. I know that you're not a fan of changing language.
I don't mind changing, like, language evolving with the times.
Okay. But
going back and re-editing things that were already made in different times and censoring things retroactively is stupid.
So now this is going to be for future releases, obviously, because they
are going back and rewriting stuff from old novels.
Right, but the novels already exist, right?
Yes.
So we do have... Okay, I get what you're saying, though. Just the written work that's already existed, why change it? Yes. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like, okay, yes, that happened, let's move on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're in a different time.
Why are we spending money to go back and change these things?
I also do have to say, and that's a good point, because I'm sorry, I'm not going to go back and read any James Bond novels.
I'm going to watch the movies.
And they've already existed, you know?
Like, wait for them to go back and, like, re-edit Sean Connery.
So buy everything on VHS now. or DVDs, but never connect them to, like, an internet source.
The books will also have a disclaimer of, this book was written at a time when terms and attitudes which might be considered offensive by modern readers were commonplace. A number of updates have been made in this edition while keeping as close as possible to the original text and period to which it was set in.
I think that they could have put in the disclaimer and not have to change the work.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I get it. I understand, but you're right. I don't think it's a necessary like way of spending your time right now, you know? Like there's so many other things that we can be focusing on.
Yeah. It seems that they've removed what I can only assume is the N-word because it says quote unquote a common I don't know how to say this word. Pejorative? And I don't even know if it's a real word or if it was just misspelled.
Oh, shit.
I should have looked it up. A common pejorative term for black people. And instead, it replaces it with terms like black people or person. It's also removed any references to ethnicities in Goldfinger, Thunderball, and Quantum of Solace. And the striptease section in the book Live and Let Die has changed from Bond could hear the audiences panting and grunting like pigs at a trough to Bond could sense the electric tension in the room. Like, why?
Well, but at the same time, though, I'm not
going to go back and read this.
Yeah, so then why does it even matter?
Because it's a waste of time.
Like, well, somebody has time to do it. So I don't think it's either way. But I don't care because I'm not interested.
It could be a precursor to other things, like them going back and changing other things. And it's like, why change things retroactively instead of just moving forward and making sure that the things we do in the future are better and more representative of our times rather than trying to change the past.
I understand what you're saying.
Especially when you try to censor things that really happened because they might be offensive. Like imagine, you didn't watch Watchmen.
The series, yeah.
Yeah, so in the series we have like it starts with the Tulsa massacre.
Yeah.
Now imagine if that had been taken out because people were being offended by what happened. Like it happened.
Yeah.
Why are we censoring things?
Yeah. Yeah, this kind of reminded me of this this video I saw on TikTok. It just reminded me of it. There was this painting of like 2 kids, maybe 3 kids, I can't remember, 2 or 3 kids, white kids, and there was clearly like almost like it had been repainted or something happened, right? And it was like, and it was, and then when somebody bought the art piece because they're a collector and they wanted to show the real art, they cleaned it up, and it turns out that there was actually like a black kid in the picture as well because he was a slave. Now, again, it was like clearly that somebody had like painted over it, to cover that up, and always was only representing the art as like these 2 white kids in the picture, right? So it was really interesting to kind of see the way that like in a lot of senses like history.
You're hiding history.
You're hiding history, yeah, exactly, right? And it's something that. You're right. Like we should know the real history of it, and editing, going back and doing those changes. Yeah, it's unfortunate again that those things have happened. That language existed, and it existed, and it still exists. But you're right. It's something that we need to reflect on and
learn from, and move on.
Yes.
Like there's no reason to go back and change something.
Yes.
From the past at this point.
Yeah.
It's like it happened. It's unfortunate, like just like you said.
Yeah.
It sucks that it happened.
Right.
But it happened.
Yeah.
This is what the times were like back then. Let's not be that anymore.
Got it.
That's just my opinion on
I get you. No, I get you.
There have been reports that Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo will be skipping E3 this year.
Oh.
And Nintendo has just confirmed they will be. So Nintendo put out a statement that said, "We approach our involvement in any event on a case-by-case basis and are always considering various ways to engage with our fans. Since this year's E3 show didn't fit into our plans, we have made the decision to not participate." The prevailing rumors is that they don't have enough stuff to showcase.
I don't. I feel like Nintendo's stuck in time a little bit. While nostalgia it's a great seller. There's a lot of great stuff. That we want to play again. Mario Brothers, Legends of Zelda, Pokemon at this point.
There's only so far it could take you.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be some movement forward. And I don't like seeing Kirby in like a real world environment, right? Like I don't care about that. It was the same thing with like almost Odyssey, Mario Odyssey. It was kind of like, okay, this is just another Mario game, but now in the real world in certain parts, right? Yeah. Like it kind of came off that way. So those things don't attract me. I do want to see new stuff. I want to see new characters. I just don't know what else they have to offer at this point. And I feel like even though they're really open to like a lot of independent games, is that what they're called?
Yes.
They're really open to like a lot of independent games.
Or indie games.
Indie games. I think that they're almost doing it too much in a lot of senses because they're just almost like picking up everything and like, hey, we have this, we have this, we have this. And it's like everything just gets lost.
Yeah, so they're like oversaturating.
Yeah, and like I saw the Nintendo Direct a few weeks ago, and I was just kind of like, Breath of the Wild? That's the only thing that I was like, Breath of the Wild 2 was the only thing, which is not even called that. It's just a Legend of Zelda and something else.
I thought it was Breath of the Wild 2.
Was it? No, it's like...
I thought it was.
There's a specific name to it, but it's not Breath of the Wild 2. Unless it's Breath of the Wild 2 something. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember, but...
It's a sequel to Breath of the Wild, but
it's a different name, right?
Sure.
No, and that's the only thing that like was really interesting, and then a bunch of indie games. Like to me, it's okay.
Yeah. Since E3 kicks off on June 13th, and by that time, every announced Switch title except for Pikmin 4 and Metroid Prime 4 will have already been released.
Yeah. So, it's The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is what it's called. Yeah, it's not Breath of the Wild or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
IDW, the publisher of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic books, have released a series called The Last Ronin. which follows Michelangelo as he tries to avenge the death of his fallen brothers. This one, actually, the synopsis sounds really cool. It's who is the last Ronin? In a future battle ravaged New York City, a lone surviving turtle embarks on a seemingly hopeless mission seeking justice for the family he lost.
Wow.
It seems really cool. It's penned by co-creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Mm-hmm. But IDW has also released a new series to The Last Ronin entitled Lost Years. And it's introducing 4 brand new Ninja Turtles. Whoa. It's Odin, Yi, Moha, and Uno. Moha and Yi are female. Cool. They're infants in the series, but they are set to replace the turtles in the future.
Wow, that's interesting. They're all named after different types of gods or different gods. Because Odin is a god.
Odin is not spelled the way.
Oh,
it's Odyn.
Oh,
but I don't know. Yi, Moha, and Uno.
Type in Yi and Kanye West comes up.
That's Ye.
Yeah, I guess. Well, how do you spell Yi?
Oh, Y-I.
Y-I? Oh, okay. English. That's cool. Did you ever see the series of the Ninja Turtles that was like a live action one?
Yes.
And it had Venus, a female one?
Venus, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I remember that. She was turquoise.
Was she?
Yes.
Teal? Just joking.
You could be right.
No, I don't know. Turquoise is my favorite color, but it's like really? Teal. It's the same thing to me. Yeah, like teal and turquoise are like the same thing.
I
in my
can see
head.
that because that's what I imagine. But people tell me I'm stupid. So
no, but yeah, it's my favorite color, especially in Splatoon. It looks so cool.
Oh, okay. We are finally getting a sequel to Will Smith movie, I Am Legend.
Okay. Is he gonna? He can't be in it.
Well, they're taking the alternate ending as canon.
The alternate ending as canon. Okay, so
yes. Have you seen the alternate ending?
I feel like I have,
but it's a lot better than the original.
I was gonna say I feel like he dies in both of them though. No.
So in the original ending, it's when he blows everything up, right?
Yeah.
In the alternate ending, he realizes that they just want to get the woman back.
Oh yeah.
So he just gives her up.
Yeah.
And like they take her and they leave.
Yeah.
So that's the alternate ending.
And in the ending release, there was a butterfly.
Yes.
Thing that he saw in the glass, right?
Yeah. Well, the guy kept doing the butterfly sign because she had a butterfly tattoo.
Oh.
I think so. That's like he realizes like he just wants the woman.
Got it.
So he releases her, and that's how that ends. Oh. It ends with him and the woman and the kid.
Yeah, they take off.
Yeah, they're driving away.
Yeah, as opposed to in the original release, it was just the kid and the
and the mom.
Mom.
Yeah, because he blew himself up.
Wow.
So
that was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Yeah. I highly enjoyed it. Yeah. I Am Legend 2 will star Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan. I already said that. Alternate ending. The film is also expected to lean more on the book it's based on.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. I was gonna talk about something right now and I forgot what it was.
Okay, cool.
Sad.
Well, if you remember, feel free to jump in.
Okay.
Netflix has picked up the show Dead Boy Detective from HBO. The good thing about it is, so Dead Boy Detective is a DC property.
Okay. And
the good thing about it, so it is created by Neil Gaiman. Mm-hmm. And being moved to Netflix, now it could cross over with The Sandman the way it did in the comics.
Oh.
Also Neil Gaiman property.
Yes.
The change in streaming service is because the show doesn't fit in with the quote-unquote high-level view of the new DCU plans that have recently been set at DC Studios. Some are speculating that this could lead to Netflix buying the rights to the Snyderverse.
Oh, God. Can we just let it go?
Speaking of stupid.
Okay. Oh, God. Ezra Miller.
DC fans want to sue Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Can you guess for what?
Because the Snyderverse is dying? Something in relation because of Superman?
So they want to sue Warner Brothers for featuring Henry Cavill in Black Adam despite knowing that he wouldn't be returning as Superman.
DC fans have a lot of time.
Snyder fans
have a lot of time.
People are starting a Twitter movement asking lawyers what kind of lawsuit they have on their hands for being misled by Cavill appearing in Black Adam and then being recast as Superman.
That's so dumb though, because it could literally mean like every like cliffhanger even of movies you could sue for. You know, you could be like, oh well, we never got an ending to this. You know, so
there was recently a lawsuit, and I forget who they sued. I think it was MGM. So some movie company got sued because they featured Ana de Armas in the trailers to a movie that she was not in, that she had like been completely cut out of.
Oh.
So there were people that went to watch the movie
for her,
for Ana de Armas, and she wasn't in the movie, so they were upset that they sued, and they won because it was false advertisement.
Yeah,
well, and I get that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. So. Let's go through some of these tweets.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Hope we have lawyers in our fandom. Don't think Henry Cavill will sue WBD, even though he has the evidence. Evidence spelled EVIDENTS. Hope some lawyers can advise us if fans can sue WBD for false advertisement.
Oh, my God.
And someone replied to this: the studio used them and us. It's time for a lawsuit.
Well, that's not false advertisement though,
no,
because
especially because he wasn't in any of the advertisements.
Exactly, number one, right? And then they're not. They didn't say, "Hey, there's guaranteed another movie coming out with Superman in it." You know, like it's just he was in the last. It could be a whole different story in your head. That's it.
And someone said someone recently sued a movie studio for a misleading movie trailer, which was about that.
Yeah, it's a movie. Yeah,
and he goes, "I think it's time to sue WBD and James Gunn for the misleading end of Black Adam, and then Cavill announced his return, and only then to get rid of him. They use him and us. Hashtag fire James Gunn. Hashtag boycott WBD."
My God.
Someone replied to that, "Man, some of y'all are stupid." Which was my favorite.
Yes.
Someone else was just like, "Oh my God, when is this stupid shit gonna end? Please tell me I won't still be hearing about this nonsense 5 or heaven forbid 10 years from now.
You will.
Let's all make t-shirts that say the Snyderverse is dead, get over it."
Yeah, let's do it. Hashtag the Snyderverse is dead.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
The fucking the gall on these people to be like, "Oh, you fired my favorite actor. I am going to sue you because I don't get the Superman I want."
People have too much fucking times on their hands sometimes. Yani yo. I just want to rest. I just want to be laid on my couch.
Gunn did say that Superman and Lois isn't getting canceled. He said it's a show everybody likes, so it's going to keep going for a while. You know, the show currently has an 81% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, cool.
And it also won the 2022 Saturn Award for Best Sci-Fi Network Cable Series.
Does it cross over with stuff? Like, do I have to watch other stuff?
No.
To cross? Okay.
It was originally meant to cross over with the entire the Arrowverse, but because of COVID, it ended up being in its own little bubble.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't even cross over with Supergirl.
I think that those crossovers are done. For now, it seems. I think that in order to have made that more successful is like you shouldn't have made it an episode like that needed to connect to other episodes in a series. Because that really, like, I gave up at a certain point watching the series because you had to watch them in a certain order, and then they cross over at certain points. I like the idea of the crossover. I just didn't want to have to rely on the crossover to move forward in the stories.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
So this show comes back March 14th.
Call.
Peter Safran and James Gunn posted on the DC blog about the new Green Lantern show. Mm-hmm. They said, "We call it Lanterns, and it's starring 2 of our favorite Green Lanterns, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. It's going to be with HBO Max. It is more of a true detective type mystery with our 2 lanterns, a terrestrial-based mystery." Gunn then chimed in. That leads into the overall story that we're telling throughout the different movies and television shows. We find this ancient horror on Earth, and these guys.
Sorry.
And these guys are basically super cops on Earth, on Precinct Earth, and people are very mad.
Because why?
Because there's no space.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I can see why. I can see why. At the same time, I don't care.
I'm like, if you give me a good story, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
I really don't care.
Because at a certain point, they have to come to Earth, right? If it's trying to connect to like the bigger DCEU. So why does it matter if it starts here, and then moves on to space as well? Guardians of the Galaxy kind of did that a little bit. Like it started on Earth with him with his.
Well, yeah, but
I was gonna say his baby
like,
story.
What, 20 minutes?
Yeah, but it moved on. It moved in that direction. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but in classic Doctor Who, the third Doctor,
oh no,
never leaves Earth.
And people are bothered by that.
Well, no, I'm just saying because it's kind of the same thing. You have a time traveling alien, who never leaves Earth or time travels.
Yeah,
because the entirety of the third Doctor's reign on tenure, he didn't have access to the TARDIS. So that just made me think they're not bad stories either.
Yeah, I didn't see the classic stuff. I haven't seen it, to be honest.
So political reports that French government has slammed Black Panther 2 for the representation of their country.
In the wait, who in France?
Yes.
What part? Because
The beginning.
The beginning.
I mean, I'm letting you figure it out.
I'm trying to remember
The part where the French and the U.S.
the part where the French.
They believe they were painted as villains in the beginning of the movie as a country that is willing to steal resources from an African country.
That's dumb. I don't even I barely remember the scene, but
no, their feelings are hurt. That's what happened.
Okay.
Like how fragile is your ego that you're like we're evil in this movie? No.
There's been a bunch of other evil
There's
countries too. Yeah. Wasn't there a Russian villain as well? At one point.
Yeah, but Russia's fine.
They're okay.
Yeah, it's okay if they make them the
live
villain.
through it. I'm sorry, friends. I can only apologize.
Wait, what Russian villain?
What? Who's the guy that
Klaus?
was the one
Claw?
that? What?
Ulysses Claw?
Yeah. Wait, not Claw. He's Australian, right?
I don't know.
Racist.
No, I'm thinking the only other. What do you think?
The Winter Soldier was
no German.
Yeah, okay, who's German?
Well,
what about
technically no? He was American.
Well, the actor was American.
Captured by the Germans.
No, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. So the guy who was doing the brainwashing,
German.
Okay,
because there was all the Nazi regime and all that.
Okay, so I'm racist. My bad.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I guess the Russians and the Germans.
Not all white people look alike, Jaime. Is this thing on?
No. Okay. There's Russian. Isn't also Natasha.
She is Russian.
And then isn't that whole?
So I guess Black Widow maybe.
But no, hold on. Black Widow, the what is the name of the group that she was part of? Well, I know they're Black Widows, but wasn't there what was it called where they were
Hive?
brainwashed? That wasn't called the Hive, was it?
I don't know.
I was gonna say the Hive.
Yeah, that's what you started saying.
I don't think that's what it was. Wasn't Taskmaster
the Red
Russian?
Room.
The Red Room? Okay, but then wasn't that in relation to Russian
Probably, yeah.
So weren't they considered villains?
Yeah. But it's okay to make Russian villains. We've been through this. Russians are villains. Have you not seen Rocky 4?
No. I have. I think I've seen Rocky 1.
Or is that Rocky 3? I think it's Rocky 4.
Yeah. Jose, I'm gay, right?
No, it's Rocky. Is it Rocky 2? Has to be Rocky 2 because he kills Apollo.
Is it the one that looks like Gallo?
Yeah.
No, I think it's number
4.
Part 2.
But I remember he kills Apollo Creed, and doesn't Apollo Creed die in Rocky 2? No, he trains Rocky in Rocky 2. Jesus, I don't remember.
I'm going to make a controversial statement here on the Creed subject. I don't think Michael B. Jordan is a good actor.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
I'm not a fan. Was it for me?
No.
I'm not a fan. Even Killmonger.
Sorry.
It's Rocky 4, he says. Killmonger. I didn't like Killmonger. I mean, I like the idea of the character. I didn't like Michael B. Jordan as that character.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. And then I've seen him like in commercials for Creed 3, and I'm just like, I wouldn't watch it anyway, but he doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like he. I know he's an actor, but he doesn't seem like a good actor in my opinion. Yeah,
I like Michael B. Jordan. I don't love him. You know, I wouldn't see a movie just because he's in it.
Yeah,
but Creed, I really enjoyed Creed.
But did you like it because of him?
No.
Okay,
it was just a good story.
Yeah,
like I said, I don't mind him.
Yeah,
but I don't hate him either.
Yeah. And I know people are fans.
But I totally understand.
And he is a really attractive man. I'm not discrediting that. Not that has anything to do with it, but...
No, yeah, he's a piece of meat. I get it.
I didn't say that.
You didn't have to.
You're
drooling a little bit.
I don't think he's a good actor. Like, just like
no,
the things
fair.
that I've seen. So,
I could see that.
Yeah. Respectfully.
What about The Rock?
I hate The Rock, but only because he's not a good actor either.
That's why I brought it up.
And then not only that, but he's just overdone. Like it's like, oh my god, like can we just move on to a new person, please? But I get it. He's making money, so like people go see him. You know, I get it.
Like for me, it's Keanu Reeves. He can't act,
but
I'll watch him for pretty much anything.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I only saw him in The Matrix, and even the last Matrix, barely.
Oh my god, that movie was terrible.
Depressing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was bad.
Yeah.
We finally have a synopsis for Blade.
Okay.
Quote unquote. Might as well have not put out anything, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It says, he is known to be a vampire hunter, half mortal, half immortal, who tries to rid the world of vampires as a way of avenging his mother, who was killed by a vampire as she gave birth to him. That's it.
So Blade.
Yeah, so Blade. That's literally all they put out.
That's funny. What was the point? What was the point? We know Blade already.
Yeah.
I mean, we would know Blade, but I mean, maybe nobody knows who Blade is. You know, maybe. Yeah, Gen currently, the current gen.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's all you got.
Yeah,
sad.
That's been the news.
Yay.
Professor Jaime.
Hello.
Please tell us.
Who's that Pokemon?
And I will eventually.
Oh boy.
I remember to send you the Pokemon noises for the Pokemon from now on. But we did get a Pokemon something. I don't remember what they're called. Pokemon Direct? Are they called Pokemon Direct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I got here.
We got a Pokemon Direct. I want to say early last week. And so we got some announcements for what's coming out in the future for Pokemon. So
that's exciting.
Yes, it is. So Scarlet and Violet have been out for a while. And they announced the most important thing I feel like that they announced was the hidden treasures of Area Zero, which are the 2 DLC packs that we're getting for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I'm stoked. I'm really excited to see it. The first one is called the Teal Mask, and it features this guy right there.
Ooh.
For the audience, it's on the Pokemon website. And also the second one is gonna be it's gonna be called the Indigo Disc. And I should have got their names, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when they come out.
Who's got time for that?
Yeah, this is the Indigo Disc Pokemon that we're getting. So these are either mythicals or legendaries that are coming out with the DLC. And they did also do like these special featured Pokemon too that they released new what are they called? Paradox Pokemon. So they released a Suicune lookalike, and I'll show you what that one is. Walking Wake. Everything just closed on me.
Of course.
Thank you. All right, so I'm not gonna give too many details about Walking Wake. I'll talk about him later on when we get
a tease,
when we know a little bit more about him. This is from Bulbapedia.com, I believe is the name of the website. Bulbapedia, yep. That's Walking Wake. Ooh. So it's in relation.
It's Pikachu.
Thank you. It's in relation to. Oh, it looks like Suicune. So it's a Paradox form of Suicune. And it was really cool. Like they did a Terra raids event where you can only get one of each. So that one was the Walking Wake. The other one was called Iron Leaves, I believe it was called. Let me look it up. I should have been more prepared with this, Jose. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not like I understand this was all last minute. So
it wasn't necessarily last minute, but I thought I should talk about it.
It's not like we've had 3 weeks to.
I was recovering, Jose. God, can I be sick and live, please? Jesus.
Sick is for the weak.
It's true. Apparently, I'm weak. Oh. And there's the pictures aren't showing up for me for Iron Leaves.
Oh, it's just exciting.
This is totally exciting. It's doing this dumb thing. It's we're on 1,010 Pokemon now too.
Yeah, no, let's blame technology. It's a technology.
Oh, there it is, Iron Leaves.
Ooh.
It's a Paradox future form of Virizion from Gen something.
Very informative.
Yes, but it's really cool. We got 2 new Pokemon just based on the fact that they're going to talk about the future DLCs. They released these 2, and it was really cool little raid thing. Unfortunately, you can only get 1 of each, which was to me it's like, why limit me? Like, why not? Can I get 10 if I want 10? You know, but there's no point. You know, like why limit?
Why do you want 10?
That's a good question. Well, because like different Pokemon have different natures. They also, you can teach them different things in battle. I don't need that many, but I also wanted to get some for Adolfo because like they were really hard to get. So I was like, I'll just get them for Adolfo. And I kept trying to do the raids and I couldn't do them anymore. I could do the battle, but I couldn't capture the Pokemon. It would just run away, sadly. But yeah, that's some of the news that we got for which is the most exciting news was the DLC. They talk about other stuff like I don't care about Pokemon Masters, which is like a game that features the gym trainers. Mm-hmm. The gym leaders are different significant characters in games, and then they always pair them up with like a Pokemon, a special Pokemon. But it's like a tab game. It's kind of pointless, but people love it. It's on its 2.5 year anniversary. Ooh. And there's also Pokemon Unite, which Pokemon Unite is pretty interesting. It's just, again, not really my type of game. My games have always been the core games. So, but the DLC, I'm excited for. So now I can move on to the Pokemon of the week.
Who's that Pokemon?
All right. So the first one we're going to talk about is Tarantula for the audience here.
It's Pikachu!
All right. Tarantula, the string ball Pokemon. It looks like a spider. That's why it's called the string ball Pokemon.
Oh. I think you said that's what it's called, Tarantula.
Oh, it looks like a ball. National.
No, that's why.
Yes, exactly. National Pokedex number 917. And what type do you think that is, Jose?
Poison. Grass.
So
Arachnid.
close. Well, they're called bug type Pokemon. So yes, you were very close with the poison and grass. But in Pokemon Scarlet, it says the ball of threads wrapped around its body is elastic enough to deflect the size of Scythers. This Pokemon's natural enemy. In Pokemon Violet, it says the thread it secretes from its rear is as strong as wire. The secret behind the thread's strength is the topic of ongoing research, so nobody knows. Ooh. Yes.
Sorry, quick interjection.
Okay.
First
of all,
with the bug type, it just makes me think of Spider-Man. Whenever they call him a bug, he just goes, "I'm not a bug, I'm an arachnid."
So is that a thing though? Like where like spiders aren't considered bugs?
No, they're arachnids.
Oh wow, crazy! I might have heard that at one point. It sounded familiar when you said it. But arachnids don't exist in Pokemon. Although there are many spider-looking Pokemon, they don't call them arachnids.
Maybe they should.
Whole different type.
Continue.
It evolves at level 15, and it becomes Spidops. I like this one. I like the design of this one. It's interesting. When I saw it for the first time in the game, I was like, what the fuck is that thing? It just popped out of a tree. It was really, really crazy. But the good thing is that a lot of Pokemon were still really like surprising to me, even though a lot had been leaked already. Mm-hmm. We had already seen like a bunch of Pokemon released. But this one was one of the surprises for me. It's called the Trap Pokemon, and it's National Pokedex number 918. Again, its name is Spidops. What type do you think this one is?
Bug type.
It's arachnid type, actually. In Pokemon Scarlet, it says it clings to branches and ceilings using its threads and moves without a sound. It takes out its prey before the prey even notices. And then in Pokemon Violet, it says Spidops covers Spidops
sound it out.
Covers its territory in tough, sticky threads to set up traps for intruders. That sounds like you. You're right. But that was it. That was Tarantula and Spidops. That is not his noise. But yeah, those are the 2 Pokemon of the week for you.
It's Pikachu!
Yay! That's it, Jose.
Wow, we learned so much.
Yes, we did. We've grown so much as people, too.
Thank you so much, Professor Jaime.
Anytime.
I guess that's our show for the day.
Yes, it is.
Join us next week. We're actually going to talk Quantumania.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are. Yay.
All right. Anything else, Ed?
No, I'm good.
Sweet. Have a week.
Bye.